Hi guys, welcome to Shintirement. This is Michelle. It's about 5:40 in the p.m. and it's about time for me to start making dinner. So today I'm going to be making this recipe that I saw online, guys. It's a creamy kale and pasta bake. It's my first time making it, guys, so let's get started. Alrighty, ta-ta for now. Bye. Alrighty guys, and here's what I'll be using for today's recipe. We have some breadcrumbs, we have some Monterey Jack cheese shredded, we have 6 tablespoons of butter. Supposed to use kosher salt, but I don't have any, so we're gonna use this. We have some macaroni shells, some olive oil. The recipe said whole milk. I'm not a big fan of whole milk, guys, but it's my first time making it, so I kind of want to follow the rules. And we have some kale fresh kale that I'm going to chop up, and we have an onion that's going to be chopped, and we also have seasoned salt. Alrighty guys, let's get started. Alrighty guys, so the 2 pots are back here boiling. This one is going to be for the kale. This one is going to be for the noodles. And while I'm waiting for the water to boil, I'm going to be chopping up the kale and the onions. But first, let's wash our kale. I put 4 quarts of water, like the recipe said, and now this is 1/4 cup of salt. I'm gonna add it, and we are going to bring that bad boy to a boil. Alrighty guys, the water came to a boil, so I just poured in the pasta. So we're gonna let that boil for about 13 minutes. And now I'm going to add the kale that I've chopped up. We're gonna add it to the other pot. Alrighty, so looks like that one's come to a boil as well. So we're gonna add the kale. It says to add 16 ounces of kale, so it's exactly 16. So the ingredient says to let this boil for 5 to 7 minutes, so we'll be back. Gonna make sure I check on this one. We're gonna stir this up a little bit, stirring occasionally. Alrighty guys, I just poured this into this bowl here because reading the recipe, it says to pour 1 quart of milk into a measuring cup or bowl, cover it, and then microwave. So we're gonna microwave this for 3 minutes, guys. I just put the milk in the microwave, and now this is done, so I'm going to remove it and drain it. Alrighty guys, the next step says to melt butter and then add onion, and then stir occasionally until tender, about 6 minutes. Alrighty, now I'm going to check on our noodles because it should be almost a little tender. Still not quite done yet, but we are getting there. The milk has 44 seconds. Alright, I just drained these, so now I'm just gonna let them sit here so the water can drain out just a little bit more. I've drained my kale, and now I'm going to check on my milk. The microwave is back there alerting me that it is done, and we're gonna move on to our next step. The next step, guys, it says to take the 6 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna put it inside of here along with the onions. Alrighty, so the same pot that I boiled the kale in, I've added some 6 tablespoons of butter and all the onions that I've chopped up, the yellow onion that I chopped up. And we're just gonna let that cook, it says. I'm gonna stir it around a little bit. It says stir it for about 6 minutes until the onions are tender. Guys, I forgot to say that another ingredient that is needed is flour. How did I forget that, guys? So right now it says to add 6 tablespoons of flour. Once this has cooked for 6 minutes, I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of flour. So I'm just going to wait. Alrighty guys, I have added the flour, and now I am adding the milk, and I'm just going to whisk it around. And I'm going to put my stove on medium heat and bring this to a boil. Alrighty guys, I have removed it from the heat because it was boiling for about 6 minutes. This is what it looks like. And now I'm going to add in 2 cups of Monterey Jack cheese. And guys, this is my first time making this, so I did forget a couple of ingredients to use. It also says to add hot sauce, but only 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. So I forgot to add this in the beginning, so we're gonna add it now. The hot sauce goes in now that the cheese and everything is in. So 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. Alrighty, I have added that 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. Now I'm going to follow up with a ½ teaspoon of pepper and a ½ teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to whisk it around just a little bit. Now we're going to add the pasta. So I've added the pasta and I'm just stirring it to cover it with everything that was already in the pot. And now, next step is to add the kale. Now we're going to mix in the kale. It smells so delicious. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't wait to eat it. And like so. Make sure you get all of it out. Next, a ½ cup of panko. I'm just gonna put it in here because this is the bowl that's available. And then 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're gonna put in there as well and mix that together. All right, guys, now it says to sprinkle it over the pasta. All right, I put on gloves so I can sprinkle the panko mixed with the olive oil all over the pasta. So the ingredient says after this to put it in the oven and broil it for 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm gonna put it in the oven really quick, broil it for, I'm gonna do it 2 minutes and it'll be done. So be right back. Alrighty guys, this is how it looks after 2 minutes. It smells like it's delicious. I cannot wait to try it. And that is the end of this video. Thank you for sticking around, guys, to see how I made creamy kale and pasta bake from a recipe I found online. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna try it because I am starving. Alrighty guys, we are using paper plates tonight because we are lazy and we don't feel like washing dishes, but here's what it looks like. We paired it with some garlic bread and we're about to enjoy. Alrighty guys, see you next week. Bye.